Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? We got a great show lined up for you. We about to go live on 90.1 FM, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Starlette's in the house, Jason Clark's up in here. So make sure y'all go ahead and share the video, like, subscribe, go ahead and post where you're viewing in from and all that good stuff. Because we're gonna have some good folks coming on. We got a good friend, Pastor Greg Divinity, working hard in the community. We're going to talk about a few things. We got a wonderful young lady who's going to come on in the second block to talk about some great things that are going on at the Jackson Medgar Wiley Evers International Airport. And we're going to talk about a few other current events. So sit back, relax, and enjoy for a great show.
It's 45.
45.
I got a discount on my side.
Yeah, this.
No,
Yeah, I got it.
Take your mics off. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Reviving Mississippi. I'm your host, DeKeither Stamps. We got our co-host here, Mr. Jason Clark. What's going on, JC?
Oh man, just trying to stay warm in the city of Jackson.
Stay warm. Man,
Warm,
ain't no staying warm. You gotta let your light shine so bright. Your light keep you warm.
Indeed, now you said a mouthful.
That's how I roll, baby.
Mouthful right there.
We got Starlette Simmions. What's going on, Starlette?
I am doing good. Same thing, trying to stay warm. It's cold out there, Mr.
Man, I know it's cold.
It's
I know
getting colder too tonight here, bro.
Hey,
right here, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you do what's necessary so that you can make sure you okay. Come on in. Yeah, you can make sure you okay. Make sure your family is okay in these moments because it's important. It is important.
Safety standpoint.
Safety.
You
Drink water.
Uh-huh.
All right. Make sure you hydrated and all that good stuff. We got my good friend, colleague down at the Capitol, Robert Sanders, tuned in. We got Timothy Brown, Miss Jacqueline Campbell, all the way. Guess where she's from? Winona, Mississippi. What's going on, Winona, Mississippi? We got the Mississippi Delta in here. We appreciate y'all for tuning in every week. This is Reviving Mississippi. We start our show off every week remembering those people who are going through bereavement. And bereavement is a very trying situation because when it's you, walls start to close in on you. Every week we get phone calls of good friends who are leaving here. So make sure you be a friend so you can have a friend when your time comes. Because one thing I know, Jason, your time gonna come. You're gonna need a friend. You're gonna need somebody. Lean forward. And sometimes folks ain't gotta say nothing.
Just listen.
They can just put their hand on your shoulder and it's gonna be all right. So just be a friend. Because in a trying world like we have today, folks need a friend. They need folks to let them know that you care. So be that. We got some good friends that passed away this past week. We started naming names. We won't end, but we will say that reach out to those folks who are going through bereavement, not just up until the funeral,
Right.
after. Because when your spouse passes away, that alone time is when it gets rough on you. So make sure that you reach out to folks, after you're done, with the repast and you're done eating chicken, gone, and, the next week, the next couple of weeks, because life will never be the same.
Right.
Life will never be the same. Whether it's a mother, a grandmother, a spouse, son, daughter, life will never be the same. Because this world is the world's in a very bad state. Folks don't care no more. I saw on the news today, a grandfather shot his grandson.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
We gotta love people. I could never imagine having a situation like that where I have to resort to something like that to safeguard myself and do something like that to my own grandchild. So make sure you go out there and be the light to change this world. Because the only way we change it, we're not going to Facebook this world to be different. We're not going to TikTok this world to be different. We got to change this world to be different. That's the only way to do it. Ain't no other way. We operate on Facebook and do things, but to change the world, it's a person-to-person operation. People got to know folks care, and people got to know that you care. And the good people got to stand up and not let the bad people have all the noise. Good folks got to stand up. Don't give me the preaching.
Yeah,
We
he
got
preaching
Pastor
today.
Vinny coming up. Don't give me the preaching today. We got a good pastor. He's gonna be tuning in just a second.
That's why I looked
Let me
up. I said-
recognize, because you know I get to going.
I
Let me
know.
recognize a few of our underwriters. We got some great underwriters. Mr. Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan Transportation Services, always a great friend. You can go to www.mjstransportation1.com for your transportation needs. He specializes in senior citizens, elderly, and folks with developmental problems, and everyone else. But make sure if you want good quality transportation, go to your doctor's appointment. Go here, go there. And if you have a church, you may have some senior citizens that need a ride. He will dispatch a driver to go pick your senior citizens up and bring them to church. He has handicap accessible vehicles. So one thing I do know about our seniors, now I focus on senior citizens and children. Now, folks in the middle, they can probably figure some stuff out. But if you got a church and you got senior citizens who just can't get there, get them a ride to church. It will extend the quality of their life
Fellowship now. Come
if
on.
they have something to look forward to. I had a lady in my council ward in Jackson. She hadn't left her house other than go to the doctor a few times a year for 8 years. Children gone, husband dead. We got senior citizens at home. We got churches all over the place. Do you know how much that senior citizen will look forward to somebody coming to pick them up on Sunday morning and take them to fellowship and bring them back home? That could be the spark, the light that they have to make them push on through the next day, because somebody gonna come pick me up Sunday morning.
Other than the mailman.
Right, other than the mailman. The mailman come every day. But that could be the spark
That's true.
that extends that person's life, give them additional fellowship, and then give them an opportunity to go fellowship and worship. You could extend folks' life just with a small act of service. So if your church has senior citizens at home, go on and give some of these transportation companies a call. I suggest Mr. Michael Jordan Transportation Service, but there are many more. And if you're hungry, you can go on over to Stamp SuperBurgers and get you a Stamp SuperBurger. Go and get you a whole cow between 2 pieces of bread. But if you like the veggie burger,
Come on
get
now.
you a whole garden between 2 pieces of bread.
Appreciate it.
Right
Thank
over
you.
there on Dawson Street. You know where it is because it's where it always been.
Make sure you put vegetarians out there. I'm trying to transition right now.
Oh, you know, you got to do what you got to do to make your thing go. But what I'm saying is you ain't got to just give your money to these places that, you know, don't reinvest in your community.
I love the local, man. They just,
Local.
Local. They just touch me a certain way.
I'm just telling you,
That's true.
spend your money with local businesses that give a daggone about your community. I ain't never seen McDonald's sponsor nothing. Not a football team, not a baseball team, not a nothing. All right? Spend your money with folks that care, because right now it's up us against the corporations. These corporations winning.
Yeah.
And the only way we gonna win is we spend our money with our local businesses. All right, that's been here for a long time. Want to go to dinner? Go to Crochel's on Highway 80. You know, go to Johnny T's like I'm finna do tonight. Spend some time with your local businesses. But I want to recognize our co-host, Jason. What you got to say, man?
Hey, man, no, I'm ready for the show, man. We got a lot going on today, man. I want to leave that time for that if you don't mind. So.
Starlette, what's happening in school, baby?
I'm ready to wrap up. I have about 2 more weeks. Finals in the making. Oh goodness, I'm ready to call it. You know.
So let the folks know who may not know who you are. Introduce yourself and what you're doing and what you're studying.
Okay, well, my name is Starlette. I have been working under Mr. Stamps as his intern for just under a year, so maybe about 9 months or so now. I'm a political science major at Belhaven University. I'm also planning to get a minor, or I'm also seeking to get a minor in finance. And I'm not too sure about law school just yet, but I do plan to get my master's degree, maybe in project management, maybe a concentration in human resources. So that's kind of just on my agenda, trying to wrap up the school year. I'm looking to graduate in May. So, well, in April. So
Now,
me.
for those folks, you know a lot of folks in political science.
Yes, sir.
And coming to work with us, you see the different side of the textbook.
True.
You know, in many cases, we throw the textbook out the window.
That's true.
But what are some of the differences in the real life of politics versus what you learn in school?
School makes it sound so simple. Maybe like I can just talk to 100,000 people and get 100,000 registered voters right after. Or like fundraising, I learned from your campaign that fundraising isn't easy. But my professor may be like, well, just go ahead and give them a call. Just call them up and you can maybe see these results that seem pretty promising, but which in reality aren't always. So
You got to dance for your dinner. Well, let me bring up our first guest. We got Pastor Greg Divinity. He's always been a good friend. Pastor, how you doing today?
Representative, it's a great day, man. Like I say again, just glad to be hanging out with you and just enjoying the cold weather here in Mississippi. And it's gonna get a little colder too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Greg Divinity and his wife have an awesome ministry right down in South Jackson, and they do things all over. Pastor Divinity, share with the folks a little bit about yourself and your ministry.
All right. Yeah, we over there at 4207 Rain Road. That's the base area here in South Jackson. We excited. We do an array of things with children, just like you said, man. Representative Keon, children and elderly. We got to make sure that we take care of them, and so we pushing heavily with the children. We have a after school program. We have a preschool program. We have a academy that we're working with the children, and we just excited, man, about doing things to work with those children because we realize truly that they are the future, and we got to, get them on the right track early, great foundation. And I know we was going to talk about what we're doing down there in Utica, and we have next Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a Thanksgiving one night revival that we're going to be doing right there in Utica at 620 East Main Street. We just planted a ministry there, and we're going to be having a revival. We're going to give out turkeys and hams, and we're going to be out there with the community giving out water, those type of things at that revival. And we just asking the community to come out. And, Representative Stamps, I am from Utica.
That's right.
And
hold on for a second. You're not just from Utica. You got, when I say an army down there in Utica, brother, I kind of knew. But when I had to run that campaign through Utica last night, I ran into that gun. When I ran into that divinity wall, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, this brother has an army down here in Utica. Good folks. I mean, good folks.
Yeah. See, you done spent some time down in that area too.
I grew up in the outskirts. I was from Learning, so we wasn't from the town of Utica. We just out in the country, out there where we got family down there too. But when I say your family is a blessing to a lot of people, and what you're doing is important because you got to do stuff where you're from because nobody cares like people who are from somewhere. And when you see folks like yourself and your family reinvesting in the town of Utica and continuing to build and grow, those are the kind of things that we need. Because Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all they're not coming back to save us. We got to save ourselves.
We got to.
So talk a little bit about what you got going on next week.
Well, we got that, like I say, one day revival we're gonna have, and we're gonna be doing giving away turkeys and hams and giving away water and hopefully we have some more vegetables and things to give away because that's a serious food desert down there with no grocery store. And I'm gonna share something with you, Representative, that's key on with yourself and your family, Pastor Argument Stamps. Him, Stamps Burgers. That's what we're talking about. He was instrumental in my life, man. As a kid, he used to pick us up in an old Gran Torino station wagon.
Yep.
Pick us up, load us up in that station wagon, take us to church, and give us something to eat, man. And that was instrumental in my life. Even I was 4 years old, and Representative, that's been 50 years ago, and I still remember him doing it. So what happens is when you do things for children, they remember it, and I remember it. So it causes me to work and help other children in difficult situations. So hey, I wanted you to know that the Stamps had a play in who I am today.
Well, you're definitely a great reflection of that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever get a chance to go by and worship down there, give the times of your services over in South Jackson, Pastor.
South Jackson, we at 4207 Rainy Road. We are there at 8 a.m. on Sunday and 10:30 on Sunday. We worship there. In Utica at 620 Main Street, we are there on Tuesdays at 6:30 for a Bible study. And this Tuesday, like I said, we will have a one-night revival. So we're just getting things going down there. We're going to try to make sure that we have a after-school program and a feeding program for those children down there to just try to get something back to that area.
Well, we appreciate you, Pastor. Anytime you want to come on the show, you're welcome to. You, your wife, your whole team. You can always tell when you got good leadership in the church, Jason. When you walk in and you see strong men working. Let me say that again.
I heard that.
You can tell the quality of leadership in this. And I'm an elected official. I go to a lot of churches. You can tell the quality of the leadership because strong men just don't follow anybody.
That's right.
Okay, when you walk into church and you see, 5, 6, 7 strong men lined up. I mean, some deacons.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about I ain't talking about no. I'm talking about when you see some 5, 6, 7 strong deacons stand up when it's time to, to do, communion and different things. When you see that they line up, that lets you know the quality of leadership. Because, and then you got strong women. Folks like Miss Cindy Henry and when you see a good group of strong men and strong women standing up, trying to keep their marriages together, encouraging folks to be married and move forward, and that lets you know that you are not in a new age church. I'm telling all the folks, new age is obviously not working. The proof in the pudding.
No company here, but I hear what you say.
The proof in the pudding. You need to go back to old school worship. All right, because in the old school, devotion was more important than praise and worship.
That's right. That's right.
Huh?
You got a strong point right there.
Yeah. All right. In the old school, nowadays they want to cut devotion down to one hymn and go to the praise and worship 4 songs. You need to get your mind right. When you they need to move back from entertainment. I give my 2 cents. Pastor, keep up the good work. Keep doing great things in the community. We love you. And God bless, brother, and Godspeed.
God bless, man. Love you. Hey, keep working, Stamps. Appreciate what you're doing, man. Appreciate you staying on that wall. And just like you said, we got to work in our own community, and we got to buy in our community, and we got to work for our own community because, like you said, it's us against the corporations. I heard you, man. Let's make it happen. Stamp, Representative, you have a great one, man, and appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir.
All right. Y'all take care.
Take care. Well, I love that, brother. He always doing good stuff. Always doing stuff. New venue. Go on, check him out down there. Looking for a good place to rest your family. But you just can't take your family anywhere and say, I'm going to plant you in this ministry.
They're constructive too, though.
All right, he's going to put you to work. He's going to put you to work.
That's good, man.
He's going to put you to work. So, again, check that out Tuesday night. Also, another announcement. It's that time of year again, ladies and gentlemen. Sleep Out with the Homeless.
Come on now.
Is next Tuesday. It's the reason why I'm not going to be at Pastor Divinity's service down there in Utica, because the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, we've been doing this for several years now. It's cold.
8 or 9 years now.
It's long years. But we spend the night out with the homeless on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We break bread. We spend the night. Go to MississippiMove.org. If you want to participate, give them a call. But bring donations and all that.
Especially socks.
Right? But come participate, because I'm telling you, you get a different picture of life when you spend the night out next to these brothers and sisters. and you listen to their stories and you let them tell you about their life and how they got there, and you'll realize how close you are to being there yourself. I'm gonna say it again. When you listen to folks tell you how they ended up in this situation, to be homeless. So when it's 20 degrees outside, they ain't have no home to go to. They out there. It will make you appreciate your life. It'll make you appreciate your home. It will make you appreciate what you have. But then when it comes time to talk about solutions to some of these problems, it'll change your perspective about some of the solutions. We cannot sit back, and with the economy the way it is today, there are hundreds of people going homeless every day right here in Mississippi. Look at the cost of rent. Look at the cost to buy a house now. What you got to put down, interest rates going up. When people can't afford it, what do you think they do? Because wages aren't going up. We got thousands of children right now in JPS who are homeless. All right. So the homeless situation is real, but what I feel the best way for us to connect with the homeless population is talk to them. Don't just shoo them away when you see them. Something got them there. And to get that situation turned around, it takes more people with a greater understanding, empathy, and respect for folks who are less fortunate. So come on out to the Pittman Park. We'll be there from 6 in the evening till 6 in the morning. We serve dinner all night long and breakfast in the morning to the faithful few that stick around. But if you come for an hour or 2 hours, come on out. Talk to some of these brothers and sisters. We'll have, all of the things necessary. We got, safety stuff. We got all the gloves and masks and hand sanitizer and stuff, all that kind of stuff. We also have security, so you ain't got to feel like you're afraid, because we all make sure that we're safe. Let me just put it like that. Everybody make sure they're safe out there. And if you can't come, pray for us, because there have been times where it's been cold and raining. We still stay. The show gonna go on, whether it's 0 degrees and snow on the ground or whatever. We still gonna continue to do what God told us to do. He didn't say do what we told to do if the weather good. Right. He said do what we supposed to do and get it done. Because the Lord I serve is an old school God. He just tell you what to do and you go do it. Don't care about how you feel, or how comfortable you are. So govern yourselves accordingly. I want to bring up a young lady. Sister, you scoot on around with this, Starlette. You sit right there. No, you sit down. You sit right here. We got a young lady who running for office. She has been, when I say working hard, you can lift it up. This young lady, I'm just gonna call her Hodges for Hines.
That's right. Because
I messed her first name up so many times, it's ridiculous. But she's been running for office. She's now in a runoff for Hines County Chancery Court.
Yes.
And she has polished. When I say I've been overjoyed with her whole ticket, because there were some good folks in this race, still are. I know all of them. And when I say that, see the maturation from beginning to end, or beginning to where we are now, has been wonderful. So welcome to the show, Ms. Hodges.
Thank you.
Attorney Hodges.
Thanks for having me.
So, I know you've been on everybody's show. So for those who don't know, go ahead and tell them a little about yourself.
I'm Demetrius Hodges, candidate for Hines County Chancery Court Judge. I'm born and bred here in Jackson. Lived in West Jackson, Battlefield area as a very small child. Presidential Hills on the corner of Abraham Lincoln and Flag Chapel. But I got my true grit and grain from living in Prosperity, a small neighborhood across from the then boarded up Jackson Mall.
That's right.
Product of the Hines County Head Start program, Mary C. Jones. John Hopkins Elementary School, Walton Elementary School, and Rowan Middle School. Didn't get to become 833 like my bio mom, but I got the opportunity to attend the historical Piney Woods Country Life School, where I graduated class valedictorian, and got a full ride to attend Denison University in Granville, Ohio. So I enjoyed the snow. So like this weather we're having now, I'm truly thriving. And I'm wearing my snow coat that I had, that I bought my senior year of college. I can still fit it. And it is definitely keeping me warm at the intersections. I returned home to attend Mississippi College School of Law, and I'm back. I'm a former foster child, now licensed foster parent, and I was raised by my 7th grade reading teacher from age 14 to present. And they are JPS educators, Dr. Mamie Crockett, and she and other group of teachers, they rallied around me at Rowan Middle School and truly changed the trajectory of my life. And because of their imprint on my life, it has truly guided my decisions as far as my career, wanting to help children and families, which is what I've been doing my entire career. Started out at Morgan & Morgan, fresh out of law school. And we know that firm, they're very aggressive. They're all about going to trial and getting big results. And because that is ingrained in me from the beginning or the inception of my legal career, that's what I've always been doing. Opened up my own law practice, specialized in family law, and got a lot of good real results for the real solutions to the issues of children and families in nearly 20 counties throughout this state going to trial. And I'm currently at the Hinds County District Attorney's Office, prioritizing safety for children and families who are victims of senseless crimes. So I'm very passionate about children and families. I've always been on their path, in their corner, prioritizing safety, providing security, and promoting stability. So I'm ready to do the same as your Hinds County Chancery Court judge.
Woo! That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
When I say I love seeing people's maturation and growth during the campaign process, and when you see when they first come, and after they get beat down and drugged through the mud through the campaign, they get a knocking on those doors. Cause you knock on some folks' doors, you're gonna have a real conversation with folks.
Oh yeah.
You
it's face to face. You can't go anywhere.
You can't run from it.
One man, he took it, he said, "Wait a minute, you came to my door. You knocked on my door."
We're gonna talk.
So I'm asking the questions. I said, "Well, I'm here to answer the questions. Ask me whatever you need." And I just really enjoyed their story. And one of the things I took away from that conversation was how he's a widower. He's a widow now, but his wife, when she was leaving, she was a teacher at Lake Elementary School and really had a great impact on the students. And so, in honor of her death, he now does like a little class day, or does a bit like a awards day for the students in her honor, where the school gets to pick the children, pick the 2 to 3 students who will get the award that's named after his wife.
Good stuff. We got some great stories out there. So, if anybody who listens regularly, you've been on the show 3-4 times, you've been on everybody's show. I'm gonna ask you something that is kind of out the blue a little bit. And I think I may have asked it before, but tell us something outside of the norm of what you learned in this process. Because everybody knows what you're going to do. You're going to do a great job. Right. But what have you learned about us as a community, we as a people in this process? I've
learned that we are very willing. We're willing to do what needs to be done. We just need a game plan. We need someone we can believe in, so that we can get behind this person and really do the thing, do what needs to be done. So that's one of the biggest things. And I've also learned that the people who are living in Jackson, who've been living here for years, they're like me. They're from Jackson and they are for Jackson. That's why I came up with the slogan, Hodges for Hinds. I'm the only candidate in this race, born and bred. Not just born and raised here. I wasn't born at the hospital, then I left to go live in another county. No, I'm born and raised here. That's why I always say I'm born and bred. Like Jackson, I'm in the circle of fabric of Jackson. I'm not a square trying to fit in the circle. I'm in the circle of fabric. And those people who have been living here for years, especially in the sub-district I'm running in, West Jackson, South Jackson, Georgetown, those people love Jackson. And they want to see Jackson to be so much more. And they are now very fed up with the way things are going. They voice that a lot when I knock on those doors. So much so I have to calm them down and say, hey, wait, I'm running for Chancery Court judge. Don't try to make me run for something else.
Well, we need some talent all the way around. There you go. But I will say this as we wrap up. Chancery Court is important. Let me paint a picture of how important it is. Now, it's sad to say this, but many of the marriages end in divorce. Statistics show that, half of them end in divorce. So that means half the folks that get married are going to end up in front of a chancery court judge and spend about an hour. And in that hour, that judge is going to encapsulate and document the guiding document right behind the Bible, the United States Constitution, divorce decree. And that divorce decree going to determine the earning potential of both people for the future. It's going to determine the relationship to the children for both people and set a course that will change the course of your life for the rest of your life. That piece of paper that person gonna write and what they glean from your conversation and their homework is gonna be the guiding document for your life, financially and relationship-wise, forever. So make a good decision, people. Make a good decision.
And look, and
So
Ms. Hodges, me, Demetrius Hodges, I am your best decision. I not only have that life experience where I know and understand your needs, but I also have that legal experience. I'm a trial attorney by trade. Got my start at Morgan & Morgan. I've been a trial attorney ever since. So I'm day one ready to serve. It's one thing to say, to help people come to an agreement with their chancery court matters. But it's another thing when you are taking people to trial and guiding them through the process as an attorney and getting real solutions to their real issues. And that's what I've been doing for over a decade for children and families in Hinds County and beyond Hinds County, because I practice all over this state. So I am asking for your vote and support on Tuesday, November 29th. Let's return to the polls. Like the old school song, let's do it again. Let's get out and vote Demetrius Hodges for Hinds County Chancery Court Judge.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Hats off to you. Great campaign. And I've seen, that's what I said, Jason.
You're right.
Star, you taking notes? Are you taking notes?
I'm writing it down.
You writing it down?
Okay, now.
She giving you more in this 10 minutes about the campaign process and what you got to evolve to be, because you was here when she first got here, right?
I was.
The first time she came, you was sitting right there. And she's grown in that process.
Yeah,
Make sure you take good notes, ladies and gentlemen. Govern yourselves accordingly. The Tuesday after Thanksgiving is the election day, but you can vote early.
Oh yeah, this Saturday, absentee voting starts 8 a.m. at Zach Wallace's office. And the deadline to vote by absentee is the following Saturday,
Come on now.
November 26th at 12 p.m. So look, if you're ready right now like I am, and you ready to cast your vote for Hodges, go on down to Zach Wallace's office this Saturday and say, look, we ready to vote for our girl Hodges.
I love it.
That's
Take care.
our judge.
I love it, boy.
Own it. Grab it. That's what I'm talking about. Boy, y'all see now. Y'all see why I love campaigning. I don't stop.
Oh yeah, I be
I love
fired
it.
up when I get out there with those constituents.
I'm fired
I
up,
get
baby.
fired up. I be
You
ready.
about to make me go run for judge. I'm gonna run to next Tuesday.
I may look into myself.
Hey, I love, because when I first started, I hated campaign. When I say hated, because it was outside my norm. I don't ask folks for stuff.
Me either. I
I don't ask folks for nothing. So for me, I'm kind of a self-determined kind of person. That's how I was raised. I don't ask folks for money. So asking people for money was just some, some little hard thing for me. But the whole, because really, truth be told, Jason, I'm an introvert. I don't like being around a whole bunch of people.
You?
Hey, but I had to change.
And the community, man's needs are there for a lot of
And
us.
then, I had to change my whole personality.
Yeah.
How I was built for this process. So the sacrifice is real. I tell everybody who runs for office, whether you win or lose, you need therapy after the election.
Oh, I've been going every other week.
I'm telling you.
I gotta stay on
I'm
track.
telling you. Because loving people that don't love themselves is hard. Let me say it again. Loving folks don't love themselves is hard. And wanting them to be better than they are is even harder. So thank you for offering yourself for public service. Ladies and gentlemen, govern yourself accordingly.
And vote Hodges for Hinds on Tuesday, November 29th.
Let me bring this next young lady up.
I should have recorded it.
It's on Facebook. You figure it out. Bethany, come on up here for a second there.
I'm gonna slice it up.
Jason, introduce our next guest. We're going to give her about 10 minutes to talk about what she got going on.
I mean, this is, I don't know where to start here really, but Miss Bethany Hill, one of the great activists, my understanding, they help us get that bill passed, that marijuana bill passed here from Mississippi, not marijuana bill passed, but I like for her to come in her own words. Let's go ahead and let people know who you are, where you're from, all that good stuff.
Hi, my name's Bethany Hill. I've been on once before via Zoom, I think maybe even twice. So I became a full-time cannabis activist in May of 2021 and have been doing that ever since in the state of Mississippi. Helped out a little bit in Alabama and Louisiana. Here there was some activist work, kind of helping teach their community kind of how to work with their legislature, kind of like we did here on the cannabis bill. We were able to kind of work hand in hand with legislators on both sides and really kind of come together and create a bill that's just, it's amazing. It's one of the best bills in the country. And ever since, I've kind of just stayed playing in politics, I guess, just trying to help where I can.
You know, we did a lot of good work this past session. The medical cannabis bill, it started one way, it ended a different way, and we got to a point where we got a bill where at the moment nobody liked. That must mean that we were somewhere danger close to where it needed to be. And you know, folks from all different walks of life had to chip in to evolve it to the final product. And your team, and several others were a part of that. And I just want to say thank you. What makes this, go ahead, Jason.
No, go ahead.
What makes the final piece of work for the Mississippi bill better than most in the country?
So there's things that we were able to implement that we asked for that a lot of other bills don't have. Like there's a micro tier system. One of the biggest concerns that we had as a cannabis community, of course, you know, we realize there are a lot of other states that have had it prior years, and they have companies that have been very successful that could easily come in here with their bank accounts and drown us out as a small mom and pop community. And we want to support small businesses, and we worked hard to get this. For years, a lot of us advocated for this just to get it to pass in 2020 before it got overturned. So we devoted our lives to making this happen. So it's just one of those things to be able to go to the legislators and say, hey, mom and pops are really important to us. We want to fight and chance, and we don't have, like when you come to us and say, oh, well, it'll be $120,000 for a medical dispensary license, we could never afford that. So they work with us, and now we're down to $40,000. And we hope that maybe by next year, it'll be even lower than that. So we just go with realistic concerns like, hey, in a post-pandemic economy, we're not going to be able to compete with a multi-million-dollar company that can come in here and just buy everything up.
So you got any activities or events coming up that people would like to know about?
Actually do. So we're actually doing what's called a cannicational tour. So a cannicational is just an educational session that is based on cannabis. So we'll go through what cannabis is, what people use it for, and then part of the session is actually about the law. What does it mean to be a cannabis patient? If you're driving down the road and you are a patient and you have to interact with law enforcement, how to conduct yourself properly, what information that they will need, how to carry your product properly. We want to kind of do everything we can to kind of protect patients as well as protect law enforcement. We want them to understand the bill. We want our patients to understand it and figure out a way that everybody communicates and works together, so we don't have any incidences that other states, of course, have. We've seen things. We've all seen the stuff on the internet about how bad it can be. So we want to work with that and try to explain to everybody, okay, once you have your card, this is how you act. This is how you carry it. So it's just a night of education. We'll have some people on site to actually register people for their appointments so they can get certified. It's just a night of fun, really. So we're doing that at 4 different dispensaries across the state. So we start in Columbus on Monday, and then we are in Tupelo, then we're in Canton, and then Meridian. And what's great about these and what's so unique about these is these are actually taking place at Green Magnolia dispensaries. So they have no product in them, but they're about to open their doors, and of course they'll have product. So you're actually getting to see a dispensary behind the scenes, going in and sitting in and kind of studying the environment, seeing what it's like for the waiting room. And so it's getting everybody a little bit of everything in that 2-hour period, and it's free.
So if someone wants to get more information, locations, addresses of the different tours, where would they go to do that?
Just go to Cannahill Life. It's my Facebook page, and we actually have a lot of information about all the stuff that's going on. There's lots of events going on across the state over the next 8 weeks, so we'll have all that information, and then we'll actually be on site conducting the educational ourselves. So if you guys want to see me, come out to one of these locations over the next 4 weeks. All the information is up on my blog site.
Okay, and what's that website again?
Cannahill.life.
Spell it for me.
CANNA
Mm-hmm.
HILL
All right.
.life. And that's true. You can find us on TikTok, Facebook,
social
Twitter.
media,
Pretty much you
yeah.
name it, we got it.
Well, we look forward to helping you participate, because we need folks to be educated on this. It's not just something for everybody, but for those who it's for, it's for.
Yeah.
But the main folks is for the patients. Jason, you want to
That's why one of I know you gotta go, but the main thing you guys really fought for this for so long is really giving patients an alternative to actually heal themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing. When a lot of people are, you just selling weed, or you just no, it ain't really about that. It's about actually giving you something that's maybe better for your body with less side effects, or maybe better to actually help alleviate. Give you an example. I had a person that I know from different state just had a knee replacement. Supposed to get 2 of them. Now, I didn't know this, but this was from dire extreme pain. And they ended up, doctor gave them all this medication, and they didn't want to get them an ID card for marijuana. But somebody told me they need to get one. As soon as they got that, they went there. They said they haven't slept in 24 hours. Now they were able to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, so me, I'm glad you guys got the first, at least I think a little more work need to be done to that bill, but to get it that far, whatnot, though, people really get more involved and get engaged about some benefits out there that the state did pass. So we should be, get a lot of people to apply for it. That's I don't know how much it costs for the license ID, whatnot, though, but maybe we need to get that looked at. But try to increase those numbers, though, too.
Yeah, we definitely got to get the numbers up. We are just right around 500 patients in the state, but I've had this conversation with many people, and a lot of them legislators, and it's going to bottleneck. There have been no products. Our labs aren't even going to be testing in full swing till probably December. So I've always kind of told everyone, since the bill passed, January is when you can expect a market to really start moving and products to be on the shelves. So for about 6 months, we had 200 patients. Now that number's already doubled. So it's about to start really taking off, and we'll be able to see. But on average, in the United States, for every medical cannabis market, 2% of the population of the state is on medical cannabis. And that varies to where you have 5% in California, less than 1% in another state. For instance, like, what's it, Maryland, maybe? I think that's one that had like less than 1%. So Mississippi can expect to have at least 60,000 people, within this next, I expect 12 months, 18 months, we should have a full program in swing.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you've got all these educationals coming up, and all these people are partnering with other businesses. So you can really see, when you see all these names together and everybody coming together, how strong the Mississippi Canna fam really is. You have people from all walks of life that have come together and watch each other's back. As far as the small mom and pops, everybody is working together. We all communicate daily, do we not? You're talking about 40 to 50 activists that run the groups on Facebook that have cultivation licenses. Everybody you can imagine is coming together to brainstorm on what is so important about this bill and what we hope to change. And there's things like we have, for instance, the amount that you can get a lot more concentrates than you can flour. Well, a lot of people don't use concentrates, so we'd love to change those numbers, but it's little things like that. And one thing that's been so great about Mississippi is our legislators actually, they want to work. They want to work with us as a whole.
This is one of the things, when you have a vote that go through where every precinct in the state of Mississippi voted yes, the opposition kind of tamps down. So on the medical side, I do say that there's a lot of folks who want to get it up and running. So I look forward to continuing to help.
Absolutely. And we're just grateful. We're grateful all you guys still communicate with us. We're happy to participate. And it shows that, there is a need, right now we're still suffering in Mississippi, but obviously times are changing. Our education is already up, and you can see that all these changes that have happened over the last few years are really starting to take, turn fruit. So I think great things are coming for Mississippi, and this is just one of the many. But yeah, you guys, if you guys want to come out and see us, you're right, I do have to go. So over the next 4 weeks, we will be at those 4 locations doing those. You guys come and see us. It is absolutely free. Green Magnolia is doing the whole event, but you do have to register because seating is limited.
Okay.
because there are fire codes for these areas, of course. So,
And we got the website information up on the screen. It's www.canahill.life.
and that'll be all the stuff on there. Thank you guys so much. And again, thank
Great
you
seeing
all.
y'all.
Anytime.
All right.
Thank you so much.
We got
Good to
one
see
more.
you.
We got one more announcement coming up. We got a young lady. When I tell you there's some good things going on in Jackson, there's some good things going on. And we have a young lady, Miss Sandra Simmions. Let me make sure I get this right. Let me get it right. There we go. We got Miss Sandra Simmions with Carolina Concessions. How you doing, ma'am?
Doing great. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. This young lady is opening up a new business, and they have job openings that they're trying to fill.
Come on now.
And if it's talking about getting some folks working,
I am
You-
not hearing it all of a sudden.
can you hear me okay? You got you tuned in there. Can you hear me okay? I can hear you.
Oh, what happened to the volume?
All right, well, make sure we get that right. But for those who don't know, Miss Sandra Simmions is with Carolina Concessions. And Carolina Concessions is a new business that's coming to the Jackson Medgar Wiley Evers International Airport. And they are getting ready to get up and running. And I want to just kind of go over some of the, they're out of, can you hear me? Did we get it back tuned in? Okay, well, they're coming to the Jackson Medgar Wiley Evers Airport, and their website is www.flycae.com. They'll be taking applications for several positions inside of their new restaurant. And so I just want to let folks know. Can you hear?
Yeah.
You got it back tuned in, Sandra?
I do. Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about Carolina Concessions. Can you hear me?
About this opportunity too.
You sound like you cut out a little bit. Can you hear me, man? All right.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about Carolina Concessions.
Well, Carolina Concession was founded in 2012 out of Columbia, South Carolina. My husband and I created this organization. We became the concessionaires for the Columbia, South Carolina airport. And we were so fortunate to have been trained by a national organization called Concessions International. And that's how we was formed. And we were running 5 locations in the Columbia airport, along with a thriving catering business. And then the opportunity here at Jackson, Mississippi came open, and we reached out to bid on it. And so now we have Carolina Concessions Columbia and Carolina Concession Jackson.
Okay. And what type of merchandise will you be selling in this concessions business?
Well, we actually are food. So in Jackson, Mississippi, we have a location called the Riverbank Bar and Grill, where you can get the American cuisine. You can get barbecue, chicken, hamburgers, salads, quesadillas, and full-fledged breakfasts with grits and bacon and ham and sausage, if you like, turkey burger, turkey sausage. You can also, we have another location that's called Sam Adams, and it's going to be Sam Adams Jackson Brew House, which have a lot of bar items like you can get chicken wings, you can get pizzas and nachos, and you can get a variety of beers by Sam Adams, as well as a lot of the local flavor here as well. And we get, you also can get Sunrise Cafe, which is our early morning breakfast, where we do croissants, we do biscuits, and you get fresh homemade pound cake or red velvet cake and danishes and muffins and a lot of healthy products as well. So we have the 3 locations here, and they start operating some at 5:30 in the morning, some at 6 o'clock, and some at 10:30.
So inside of this whole buffet of businesses, You can do you can get several different things. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you're trying to go to the airport, you don't have to just show up 30 minutes ahead of time. You know, you can show up an hour ahead of time and grab you something to eat.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And we're excited about being here, being a part of this community. And your show is like our urban scene show in Columbia. So it's great to connect with you, Representative Stamp. I'm looking forward to being tuned into your show on a regular basis. And we are totally excited about this opportunity that the Lord has presented to us, and we do not take it lightly. We take pride in what we do. When God sends you on a mission, He expects you to do it as if He was in front, and that's where we're going to operate. But we do need Jackson's help. We need some employees.
That's right.
Yes.
Hold on one second. You got any questions, Ms. Starlette?
No, it sounds like it's a great variety. Very for people that need a job. It'll be sound like very flexible hours. You got the early morning, you got the late morning, you got the afternoon, and she got the bar maybe going all the way through midnight. So I think this is great. What's the website to?
Well, in fact, the website is almost up. We have an app made for Jackson where you can actually order in advance before you get to the terminal and pick your food up to go, or you'll be able to go outside. We have a kiosk that will be outside that you can order from and pick up to go. So we're putting the last touches on it. Hopefully Friday we're going to launch is what I'm looking forward to. My executive assistant told me that she put the last of the menus on. So we're looking forward to launching that website real soon. So it's going to be Carolina Concessions. And we're looking forward to Carolina Concession LLC.com. It's going to be, we're looking forward to launching it.
Okay, Jason.
I just wanted to say that, I know one thing, the internal customers are really going to appreciate it. That they don't have a lot of options as far as get some real good cooking up there, if I may say that. So me personally, for all my guys that want to drive to Memphis and drive to New Orleans and get a little cheaper this, cheaper that, just go ahead and take a little extra money and fly out of Jackson. And while you're there, stop by Carolina Concessions. That's right.
Well, we appreciate you, Ms. Sims, for coming on. Any parting words that you would like to share with the audience?
As I mentioned before,
It sounds like you're fading out just a little bit there. I think your audio is fading out, Ms. Sims. We can't really hear it anymore. Man.
How about now?
There we go. I can hear you now.
It's like plugs in. I can hear you. When I take the plugs out, you can hear me. So, but I wanted to at least give out my number, 601-414-3577. We're looking for positions for.
Give the number one more time, real slow.
601-414-3577.
Okay. So that's 601-414-3577 for Carolina Concessions. Give them a call. They are accepting, applicants. We need good folks to work. Folks that need a job, need an opportunity. It's a great. You can't start at the top. When I came back from the military, I was a security guard at Walmart. Then I was a security guard at a bank. Then I started a security company. And I kept moving forward. So what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, is not where you start, it's where you finish.
But that's a great work.
That's right.
So it's a great work environment. You're gonna meet good people, both the private sector and the business side. So give 601-414-3577. That's 601-414-3577. Govern yourselves accordingly. Make sure you get to work.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you, Ms. Sims, for coming on.
Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from me. I've told y'all, it is time to get to work. It's time to get to work. So we got some parting words. Jason, you got some parting words for today?
I want to say to all the veterans out there, I know a lot of people giving out turkeys and food out there, whatnot, but the VA right here on Woodrow Wilson, St. Montgomery is giving out over 400 turkeys this Saturday.
Oh.
So I just wanted to make sure the veterans know, myself being a veteran, but I want to put that out there. It's so much going on this weekend. I'm not going to talk about the Jackson State and the Alcorn. I am alumni of Jackson State University, but everybody, please be safe out there. It's getting colder. I can't stress that enough. Make sure we plug on. We got these heaters out there. We don't need additional fires. You know what I'm saying? So let's be safe there as much as we can be possible. Call your loved ones. Call the senior citizens. And let's check on them. That's all I gotta say, sir.
Starlette, what you got?
I guess I can wrap up. We had a lot to talk about today, many guests, so I can just wrap up a little bit of what was said. So in the beginning, we had Pastor Greg Divinity, church. He's a pastor located at the 4207 Rainy Road. A revival coming up on Tuesday. Also, Mr. Stamps is campaign speaks about the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Spend a night with the homeless. For more information, go to msmove.org. We also had Attorney Hodges running. She's running for Hinds County Chancery Court. She also informed us that absentee voting will be starting on Saturday at 8:30. Miss Hill came a lot. It was everything. CannaHill.life is where you can find more information. She says she's on all the social media platforms, so check her out. Multiple cannabis education shops coming up in various locations around the state. And lastly, there's Carolina Concessions. She got her phone number posted, 601-414-3577 for a job. Can't ask for much more.
Started showing out. Hey, everybody has value and worth. I'm proud of the both of y'all.
Thank you.
When I say I'm proud of y'all because of your dedication. Service don't pay a lot, but it mean a lot. And y'all have definitely reliable and dependable. And we get some more underwriters, maybe I can pay you.
Bring them on.
And so we appreciate you. And hats off to our underwriters, Mr. Micheal Jordan Transportation Service. We appreciate you. You can go to www.mjstransportation1.com for your transportation needs. You can go to those Stamp SuperBurgers. Get you a whole cow between two pieces of bread. If you like Jason, get you a whole garden between two pieces of bread. Get that veggie burger and have a good day. But remember, y'all, take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Make sure you're making good decisions out there. And love conquers hate and light casts out darkness. Never let anybody put you in a position when you don't love your own people. Because when you hate your own folks, you're part of the very oppression we're trying to lift ourselves out of. I love you, Jackson. I love you, Mississippi. The world's best DJ. Take us out of here. Hand the man.
Come on, hand the man. Hey, all that.